Thank you. Thank you so much for sitting with us with
Sure.
Black Enterprise, that is. It's been a pleasure as a Georgia State resident watching you navigate the upper house and, watching living history with you being the first African American to represent the state of Georgia. But today we're going to talk about some other things, right? We're going to talk about the congressional the CBC that you're attending. And I want to know, the CBC has been in motion for 52 years. Why is it important for you to participate?
Well, thank you so much. Proud of the legacy of Black Enterprise. Happy to be here with you. In that same spirit, we observe and celebrate the 52nd annual legislative conference of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. I'm very proud to serve this year as co-chair alongside my colleague from the Virgin Islands, Representative Stacey Plaskett. We are in the midst of this conference. It's been going on now a couple of days. We've had over 5,000 conference participants, some 155 events. We're focused on issues as wide-ranging as making sure people have access to affordable health care and affordable prescription drugs, to dealing with the issue of gun violence, which was a panel discussion that I conducted, to creating jobs and opportunity all across our state and our country in every zip code. Listen, I think when the history of this country is written, historians will say that the Congressional Black Caucus, in a real sense, was part of the tip of the spear of change in this country, and we're moving that change forward this week.
And all of those things are really, really important to the Black community. And you talked about some of the issues, and I just want to pivot for a minute and kind of talk about what should be our priorities moving into an election year, a big election year. Can you speak to that?
It is a big election year. We're moving now into 2024. Look, people showing up makes a real difference. And we
Absolutely.
certainly know that in the state of Georgia. I think when I started out, there weren't many people who thought I had a chance of not just making history, but I think more importantly, making a difference. But because the people of Georgia decided to use their voices and in many instances over against the forces of voter suppression, we saw historic turnout, which landed the first African-American senator and the first Jewish senator
That's right.
from the state of Georgia in the United States Senate, and flipped the Senate, which then
Right.
opened the door for us to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill. And before that, to pass the American Rescue Plan in the midst of the pandemic, which supported small businesses, kept our fire departments and police departments operating, kept our schools open. And my favorite provision, perhaps, in that whole bill,
Uh-huh.
we expanded the child tax credit, which would cut child poverty 40 to 50%. I'd like to see us make it permanent. Those are the kinds of conversations we're having right here this week at the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's annual legislative conference.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, you say we should show up. And you talk about some of the issues, some of the very issues you stand on, with the child care tax, with health.
Listen, if I hadn't gotten elected
Mhm.
and we didn't flip the Senate, even with Joe Biden in office, we
Right.
would not have confirmed Ketanji Brown Jackson
All
to
right.
the United States Supreme Court. Elections matter, showing up matters, and I'm proud of the work that we've been able to do alongside President Biden and Vice President Harris. And we certainly can't allow people to turn the clocks back. We got to show up. We got to vote like our lives depend on it. In a real sense, they do.
I know that's right. And so I know you got business to take care of and things to do. Um, we're rooting for you, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so very much.